I want to talk to you today about responding to people in pain in light of the recent events, the tragedy that has taken place around the Boston Marathon. There are a lot of discussions and feelings and thoughts and emotions that people are experiencing. I happen to be attending a funeral later today for a friend's mother. And again, in that situation, there's emotion and some suffering and pain and sadness, as well as some joy, obviously, around someone's life. She lived a full life. But it makes us think about important things. And I just want to address this today. Whether you lead in the marketplace or in a nonprofit organization or in a ministry setting, you'll deal with people who have pain, and you yourself will have it. So how do we respond? How do we deal with it? How do we engage one another when we're feeling these things? First, I want to say pain presents an opportunity for personal growth. Anytime we feel pain, we can either medicate it or we can enter into it and process it a bit. Some of that gets processed with others, some just for ourselves. But I want you to just sit and reflect on what you're feeling and thinking about perhaps this national crisis or pain you're experiencing in your own life. Where does it come from? What causes it? How do you talk about it and engage it? And maybe reflect on who could help you process that, whether that's a professional of some type or just a close friend. But it is an opportunity to look into our own hearts, our own souls, and say, who is this person? Why do I respond the way that I do? What do I do with these feelings? What do I do with these reactions? How do I do my work in the marketplace today, knowing I have these feelings with me? Again, it may not be about the national tragedy. It could be something in your own life that you just have to bring with you, because it is with you. You can't run from it. So we try to enter into those things. Pain gets our attention. C.S. Lewis famously said, writing again more from a spiritual perspective, that God whispers to us in our pleasures. He speaks to us in our conscience, but he shouts to us in our pain, that it is his megaphone to rouse a deaf world. So it's kind of an attention getter, whether you come from that perspective in life or you don't. Maybe you have a different perspective, but as psychologists, sociologists, others would agree, pain is an attention getter. And so what do you need to pay attention to around that emotional or physical or spiritual or other level of pain that you're feeling? Second, when you're working with people who are experiencing pain and trying to engage with them, remember that your presence is more important than your words. Now, wrong words can hurt. Superficial words, trite words, trivial things that you say to try to medicate someone's pain, they're not helpful. But don't worry about trying to fix someone's pain with your words. Your presence is what's important. Take someone to coffee, sit with them, attend the funeral if it's that kind of situation. Or just simply reflect back to them, say, sounds like this is really disturbing you, this situation that's going on right now, and let people talk. But being present with someone is far more important than trying to know exactly how to respond or to fix or to do a number of things. So again, as a leader, as someone who deals with others in your setting, recognize that sometimes it's just even maybe a minute or two with someone, just pausing, sitting with them, letting them know you care about what's going on in their life will go a long way. And finally, shared pain builds teams, builds community. When you provide an opportunity for everyone to talk about a shared pain, a national crisis, an event in the community, or someone at the workplace who's experienced a loss or a tragedy or is very ill or is maybe diagnosed with cancer, whatever, a chance to just sit and say, hey, we all recognize this is happening. We need to deal with it right now. By just being present with each other and naming it and letting one another know we care. That shared pain forms a deeper bond in any kind of place in which you work or in friendships, in marriages, and other kinds of relationships. So look for that kind of one of those maybe three things: an opportunity for personal growth, who can you be present with and how, and then how can we share tough times together as a community so that we all grow and we face this reality of life and do it with courage as we lead well.